let's start today's video off with doing a new Shop My Stash everyday makeup drawer video. I'm gonna pull out everything that I've been using over the past couple months, and we'll go from there. And then we'll get into my drawers and pick new stuff out for the next few months. So let's get started. Okay, so I want to start with the palettes that I picked out first. I just have three. I think it's just three from what I can remember. But first, I'm going to have the Riviera palette. It's part of my project pan for 2023. I want to hit quite a few pans in the palette. I'm not going to show you the palette. You'll just have to stay tuned. But obviously that's going to be always a part of my Shop My Stash. I also kept the last color story. I did a few looks. There are a few videos that I had using some of these colors, previous videos that should already be up by now. So yeah, that's where these colors came in. So I finally did use a few of them. I definitely can tell that a lot of these shimmers, like these two, this is a ColourPop and this is a Kylie shimmer, I believe. I think it's Kylie. Yeah, they're just not my favorite shimmer formula. They're very basic, getting really dry. So maybe I'll have to end up doing a single shadow declare as well, because they're just not ones that I want to reach for, if that makes sense. And then I used a few times the Ace Beauté Flare palette. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Very colorful, very, very pretty. I put this lime or acid wash color all over my lid in one of the previous videos. If it's up, I'll link it in the cards. So pretty. It's just a perfect like one and done and vibrant shadow. I love it. It blends out really easily. I do love the Ace Beauté formula, both in the mattes and the shimmers. The shimmers are beautiful. I haven't really used many other colors. I just haven't gotten a chance to really dig too deep into this. I'm still trying, or I still want to be able to do a look and put it on like Instagrams or YouTube shorts. So hopefully sometime soon I can do that. And then this little guy is the last palette that I chose for this round in my Shop My Stash. It's the Baby One shadow palette from Lawless Beauty. And again, this is a beautiful both matte and shimmer formulas. They're very pigmented, easy to blend. I really like it. I also love how small and compact it is, even though it's not too tiny or it's not large either. There's plenty of shades, mid-tones, deeper tones. The shimmers are right up my alley. They're more of the like super impactful foiled type of shadows that I love, and they're also lighter shades. So it's usually the type of shades that I like throw all over my eyes. So I love this one. I got some good use out of it too. A ton of lip products that I've just ended up throwing in this project or this Shop My Stash, and only a few that I've actually used. I used the Maybelline Gray Over It shade. Really good deep tone, love it a lot. And then today I used the Dose of Colors Nude Mood shade. Again, a really pretty color. Obviously it's more of that like pinky nude. Looks great, I love it. It's a really comfortable formula. I also got a chance to use this Makeup Revolution one. This is Nude Allure. I think this is just way too light for me. It isn't my preference. It is just so white base and it looks ghostly on my lips, and I'm very fair and it looks way too light even on me. And I don't know if you can see it, it's not supposed to be marbled. I think it's going bad already, which is strange because all the other ones I had didn't. So I don't know. I also picked up the Kiki shade from the KKW Kylie Cosmetics collection. Swatch this one so you can see. It's just a very like nude pink color. This is one that I just stuck in my purse if I ended up having to go out and touch up something. It's not one I pick all the time. It's not a formula that I like always reach for, so it kind of gets forgotten a lot. And then the last one is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. This one is in the shade Bahama. It's one of my favorite colors from the NARS line. I use it, obviously I use it a lot. It's really small right now. I just didn't use it this time. Again, I don't really go out anymore. I have a small newborn infant, so I don't get the opportunity to like go out and glam up, so it didn't really get used. And then I just have like random lip liners that I keep in there, nothing like to really say about these. All right, something else that's in the Shop My Stash is my Ciate Extraordinary Translucent Powder. I'm not gonna show you where I'm at, but I use this pretty much every day. I powder right underneath my eyes and then right around the perimeter of my nose. So it gets used every time I'm putting makeup on. I do like it. I prefer translucent powders like that over actual setting powders, but that's just my personal preference. I also, excuse me, I have a little itch, have the Milk Bronzer Stick in this Shop My Stash. This, okay. Let me preface it by saying, again, I am very fair, very fair. So this is now pulling way too dark and way too like warm orange on me. It is not the right color. It looks fine on camera, but on my face, it is orange. I'm wearing it today and I have it, you can probably kind of tell right here, like how too dark it is. I like a very more natural matching tone, and this just isn't it. It's also smelled like Play-Doh or like the inside of a Lowe's wood section. So I think it's gone bad. Am I still gonna use it? Probably. Probably. I know, I'm disgusting, I know. All right, I also added the Persona Gold Highlight Multi-Stick. First off, I took the little cappity cap off and it just pulled half the product up, so that's fun. But this is not a product I thought that it would be. It is a very like Vaseline-y, oily product with like the most minute amount of gold flakes in it. It's literally just like a Vaseline stick with a few glimmers throughout of it. You can't even tell where it is on my hand. It is not a highlighter. It just gives you like a greasy line on your face. Now, if you're not wearing anything, you might really like this, but it doesn't play well with like a lot of face-based products because it's just like putting a stick of oil on your skin. I don't know, it doesn't do anything. So it was kind of a waste of money. I'm kind of bummed that I bought it. Also added the NARS Laguna bronzer. I used this a couple times. Again, unfortunately, it's just so dark for me. Guys, I'm so fair. This is such a dark bronzer. So maybe I'll re-add it once the summer months come around if I like fake tan. But man, those are way too dark. Way too dark. The CoverGirl Clean Fresh All Over Dewy Tint. Added this. Love this stuff. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. This is such a pretty color. I have it in the shade 200 Toasty Nude, but I just love this formula. It's that sheer aspect that I love, and it's the same with this one, which I also added. It's the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush. This is in the shade Coastline. Very similar color to the one from CoverGirl. Still has that sheer formula. Honestly, I could say these probably could dupe each other. They're so beautiful. I love both of these so much. Like, and I don't hear anybody talking about either one of these. They're phenomenal. I love them both. Like, if you love a liquid blush and something that's super sheer, like just try one or both of them. I think you'll love them both. I don't think every time I do a Shop My Stash, I'm going to show what's in my project. I have my butter blush from Physicians Formula. This is the shade Plum Rose, so obviously this stays with me. I've used it quite a few times. I also wanted the Il Makiage Good As Hell Mineral Baked Highlighter. This is so massive. I don't know how anyone's going to use like a whole thing up, but it is a nice highlighter. It can tend to look a little dry and textured looking on the tops of my cheekbones, but if I spray it down good with a setting spray and then push a sponge into it, it really tends to fix that and look a little bit more hydrating then. I have this Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I've talked about these like half water, half oil serum primers before. They're like my favorite. There's two that Pixie Beauty has. It's like this bi-phase type of product. It works exactly the same as this. So I mean, if you want to spend the full amount on a full jar of this, go for it. It's great. I think if you like oil primers or just oil products in general, you would really enjoy this. But if you want something a little bit cheaper, definitely fine. Or go with the ones from Pixie. They're great too. But yeah, I do like this so far. Face Perfect Peach Foundation. I'm going to weigh it around so you can't tell how much I've used. It's part of my project pan. Yeah. Okay, so the other foundation that I picked out for this Shop My Stash is the Good Apple foundation from KBD Beauty. I have it in the shade Light 10, Light 010. I love it. It's super full coverage, but still hydrating. My skin is so damn dry right now. It's still so cold and so dry here. Like, my skin needs any amount of hydration it can get, and that stuff really does help, especially if I want to go with something super full coverage. Right. And the last product is the Sheer Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30 from Good Molecules. I've used this every chance I can. I've used a lot of it. Like, it's seriously already down here. I've used like a lot. It's really nice. Again, I have it on today. It is a beautiful formula. I would definitely say it's like sheer, as in there's not really a white cast on it. Again, I am fair, so I cannot speak to people who have much deeper skin tones than me, but I do not notice anything on me. I'm sure the deeper your skin tone gets, you might notice something. Definitely, you know, check out some of your favorite Instagrammers or influencers, content creators, UGCs who are deeper skin tone that might have used this. Just look up the hashtag Good Molecules or the hashtag of this product. I'm sure you'll find somebody with a deeper skin tone that's tried this. Find out for yourself, do your research, the whole 9 yards. But it is great for me. It's not dry, it's not tacky, it's not sticky, it doesn't slide off my face. It's a really, really nice formula, works well on its own, and it works great under makeup. I wear it every single day under my makeup, over top all of my skincare, especially like the larger, longer skincare routine that I have right now, and it doesn't pill at all. So I love it. Okay. I think that was everything important from this Shop My Stash. So let's dive into the new products that I'm gonna pick. All right, I don't know how within a few months this drawer got so bad, but let's do a Shop My Stash. I'm gonna pick out a foundation, concealer, possibly a setting spray, and primer, sunscreen. So that's everything that's in this drawer. Looking at it, either I need to end up doing a declutter or getting a different storage solution, because this is insane. But let's just start. So you can't really tell, I don't really have like a setup anymore, unfortunately, because it's just so messy. But I don't even know what I want to do for foundation. So I already have a foundation in my project pan that I'm going to keep in. Obviously, I'm trying to finish it. I kind of want to throw this in. It's really light coverage. It's the Becca Light Shifter Doing Tint Illuminator. I have it in the shade Light Seeker 2.5. Obviously, Becca's not a brand anymore, but this product was actually really nice. So I think I'm going to add this in. For foundations, all my foundations are right here. And again, they've kind of gotten overrun because I have some on the outside here. These were the old ones that I had in my Shop My Stash. New Huda Beauty. I am going to add this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C stick. Just for if I need to end up using something like this, then I actually have it. I feel like that's too warm. Right? Warm sand. Oh my god, yeah, that is so dark. Holy moly. So I'm gonna do this one from Il Makiage, actually. It's the Fucking Flawless Multi-Use Perfecting Concealer. It is slightly too dark right now for me, which is okay. I'm gonna add another concealer in to really lighten it up. So I'm gonna add this one as well. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is the shade C 0.3. It's really light, clearly lighter than the other one. So I'm gonna add this too, just so I can kind of mix them together. This is more of like a luminous, less matte type of concealer, and this is way more matte and drying. So I think they'll kind of work nicely together too. So close to finishing this one from KVD. It's the Lock-It Setting Spray. So I'm gonna keep using this. I do not have much left, so I'm hoping maybe a couple more uses and it'll be gone, but I do need another one because I know I'll run out of that before I do my next Shop My Stash. So let's kind of move some stuff around. This one's pretty new. This is the Catrice Ultra Last Fixing Spray. I haven't even opened it yet, or I have opened it, but I've never actually used it on my face yet. So I might do that one. I don't know yet. This is actually one of my favorites. I love this one. It's from Item Beauty. And then the same with this one. It's so good too. From Il Makiage. But I really don't know what way I want to go with this. I think I'm going to try this guy. It's a little bit more of a affordable brand. It's from Revolution Beauty. It's the Hyaluronic Fix Hydrating and Plumping Makeup Fixing Spray. So I'm gonna give this a try. Sunscreens, that'll be next. Okay, so I have a spray sunscreen, but this I normally just keep in my purse when I go out. This is a body sunscreen, so I'm not going to choose that. I do have quite a few like new ones still that I've never really tried. So like this one is brand new still to me. And then the Centella Skin 1004 sunscreen is still really new. But I have a couple that are getting close to their expiration date. And this is one of them. It's the May Love, the Sun Protector. So, I'm gonna pick two. I'm gonna pick this May Love one, but I also want to use this one from the Skin 1004. So these are the two sunscreens that I'm gonna choose. One is more of like a regular sunscreen, and this one is considered a sheer like mineral sunscreen. So I'll do these two. Oh, so I said I was gonna use this one, but I think I'm gonna wait. Only because this one's expiring at the end of this month, and I know I don't have much left of this one from Milani. It's the SPF BFF SPF 30 primer. It is a primer and a sunscreen, so I'm actually going to choose these two and use them just because they're both so close to being expired. So I'm going to choose these two actually. And then lastly, I need a primer. Oh. I got a ton of these primers from Smashbox. So I got like the primerizer, the Illuminate Glow Primer, the Mattifying Primer, their Classic Photo Finish Primer, and I also got the Anti-Redness Primer. So I kind of used them all a little bit, but I want to try and get more use out of this one. This is the correct, like the redness correction one, so I'm going to use that. And then I do want to pick one more, only because I want to use it up. The packaging's actually kind of faulty. It's from Merit. It's the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, but I've just been using it as like a legitimate primer. So I'm gonna toss this in my Shop My Stash as well. Okay, I think that's everything. I picked out primers, concealers, a spray, sunscreens, and a foundation. So this drawer is done for then. This is like all my lip drawer besides like my bullet lipsticks. So over here, like my jelly, like lip and cheek ones. I also have these type from Kaja. They're just kind of wonky shapes, so they don't really fit well anywhere. Back here are my lip glosses and then my liquid lipsticks. Right away, I know I don't want to pick another lip gloss just because I have a lip gloss in my Shop My Stash, so I'm not going to pick a gloss, but this is brand new. It's the Soft Pinch Tinted Lip Oil from Rare Beauty. I have the shade Honey, so I want to try and use it and get some thoughts on it. And you know what? I think I want to pick one of these because I know these are more of like a lip stain. But I want to kind of get like a fun color for this season. It's too dark. I think I want to go with this color. This is the Jelly Charm Berry Colada shade. So I'm going to add that in my lip collection. And honestly, I kind of want to add another like fun color. Like I want to do a neutral, so where is it? A good neutral I want to use up because I feel like it's about to be gone. It's the Healthy Lip from Physicians Formula. I have it in the shade Au Naturel. This is so old. It was one of my top favorites. I used to wear it all the time, every day. I'm going to add this. I also want to add this one. This is the new KVD Everlasting Hyper Light Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Caltrix, I think it says. Caltrix. So this is the shade dupe for Bow and Arrow. Bow and Arrow was my absolute favorite shade from the KVD Beauty Everlasting Liquid Lip line. So I'm happy to have the shade back in my collection because I totally finished that one up. So I'll add this one too. And I think I want to add one more color from my like lip products. I just don't know what. Ooh, I think I'll do this one. This is still new to me. It's from NYX. It's the Shine Loud lip color. I have this in the shade Charge. I think that's the name, Charge. So I'm going to add this. It's one of those like lip stains with a lip gloss on the end. So I'm going to use this too. And that's going to be everything. That's all I'm going to add. I've got some deep berries for springtime, but I still have like my darker, deeper neutrals. So that's everything from this drawer. Okay, so one of the other things I think I decided I wanted to do was pick out a lash. This whole entire drawer is filled to the brim with lashes. Like, I'm not kidding you. So I was debating that I would maybe try some lashes just so I can get use out of them. Like, I have so many. So I want to try another style from Miss Muse's collection. I actually had one open that I really enjoyed. Obviously you can't tell the style in here, but I had this style Noblesse in a recent video and I love this style. It's super comfortable. These are really long bands too, so if you have really big eyes, this would be work well for you. But I liked this band so much, I kind of want to do another style. I just don't know what. I think I want to do this one. This is the Duchess. It's just so like dramatic. Not normally what I pick anymore, but I want to try it. I think they look pretty. I want to see how like drama they look. So I'm gonna choose these lashes. Okay, so these ones here. There's these two different types. They're Sister Nature lashes from Kiss. They're like biodegradable lashes. There's two of them here. This is the style Storm and this is Ivy. I think I want to go with Ivy just because it's more of a more natural lash than Storm, and I chose such a like dramatic lash prior. I think I want this one too. So I'm going to use these two lashes. Okay, the light really decided to change on me, so I hope you guys don't mind too much. This drawer got really bad too. So this is my eyeshadow drawer. So just like the first thing I'm gonna do before I like forget, I'm gonna take out all of these palettes. These are just like all my magnetic palettes. I'm gonna take them all out because I want to do another palette that's like a number generated palette. Okay, so this was the last palette I created from the number generated one. Sorry, this light is horrible too, by the way. I'm trying to fix it. Let me see. Maybe I can find another one. But I'm trying here, guys. I really am. Okay, hopefully this view is a little bit better. I'm literally just sitting right in front of this because there's nothing else to do. But okay, like I said, this was the last number generated palette that I chose. So I'm gonna put these all back and choose another one, and then I'll come back and I'll show you guys. But before that, let's put some of this stuff back. Okay, this is good for now. I don't really care. So I don't really know what I want to do, if I'm being totally honest. I don't really know. So I have such a colorful palette in my project pan. It's my Riviera palette. So I kind of want to do some lighter tones that might work a little better with that. So I think I'm going to do my Lost in Los Angeles palette from BH Cosmetics. I do really like this palette. The mattes in here are great. I think I prefer the mattes over the shimmers. They're really blendable. They're easy to use with each other and with other palettes. So I am going to add this in. But again, I haven't really used any of the new palettes that I recently bought. And that's where like my biggest struggle comes in, because I see all these beautiful palettes, and while I love them all, I'm not getting use of literally any of them, and it's really kind of sad. So I just bought let me turn this around. I just recently bought 6 palettes, and then I just got sent this one from Natasha Didn't Know, which is a really pretty palette, by the way. But yeah, I've already done 2 looks with these. I've done a few looks with the Flare palette, so I am left with the Tropical Vibes and the Oceanic palette, and I do want to choose one of these 2. This is the blue, and this is the green. I'm feeling like the blue might work a little bit better with the Riviera palette, which is the palette in my project pan. So I am going to go with the Oceanic palette. I'm going to do that one. So yeah, this one's in, and honestly, it kind of looks like it'll go really well with the palette from BH. Looks like a really nice color story. So I'm going to add these 2. Okay, so like I said, I picked out these 2 palettes, the Ace Beauté and the Lost in Los Angeles palette. They look like together. And the palette that the number generator chose, you're never going to believe it, of course. We ready? That's the palette. Tell me how that's possible. So this is a pretty shimmer heavy palette. I'm okay with a lot of shimmers. I like the shimmer formulas that I have in my single shadows to begin with, for the most part. But it's mostly greens. It's like a whole row of greens, and then this really pretty like golden yellow. I always, if you've seen any of my like number generated palettes, I always purposefully add a matte white-ish shade just so I have so many of them first off, and it's literally just so I can get use out of them and pan them. And then these are the other three colors it chose. So we've got this like super grayed out purple, really pretty reddy purple shimmer, and then this kind of orangey gold basic type of shimmer. Actually, I don't even know what this one is from. Oh, it's from the Kylie Burgundy palette. So yeah, that is what the number generator picked out. And honestly, I can see some color combinations that could work really well with the Lost in Los Angeles palette, but look at it against the Oceanic palette. It's kind of crazy. Look at that. Like, of course. So it looks like just a larger version of the Oceanic palette. That's essentially what it looks like to me. So I'm curious. I don't think I could do any look by itself with this. I think it'd be really difficult for me to do, but it will pair really well with the other palettes that I did choose out, thankfully. All right, let's move on to blushes, bronzers, highlighters, etc. All right, so I think everybody who watches any of my Shop My Stash is probably really familiar with this drawer since I've redone it. This is my favorite drawer besides the one like above right there. But this is like my favorite drawer to pick from because it's all of my cream blushes, and I have my powder blushes over on this side, and then these are all my powders. As of right now, I'm not going to pick a powder because I have that ultra fine translucent powder in my project pan. So I think because of that, I really want to focus specifically on that one. Again, I'm not going to pick another powder. Maybe that'll change. I'll let you know if it changes, but right now I'm sticking to my gut. This is what we're going to do with. So wow, I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I do because I have yet to use it and I cannot wait. Like, I want to use it so bad. This is the MAC. It's the shade So Natural in their Glow Play blush. I've been dying to get to use this. It truly is super natural. It's got that pretty putty-like finish on it, and that's the color. So I definitely want to use this. I'm so excited to have it. I love this clear packaging. I know some people think it looks cheap, but I don't. I like it. This is my first MAC purchase ever. So I'm excited. I am so excited. Okay, next. To be honest, I haven't really used either of these ones either. This is the Kylie Lip and Cheek Glow Balm. And that's the color of that. I've heard like rave reviews about it. And it is really pretty. It's a little bit deeper of a color. And then I also picked this one up. This is the blush balm from Morphe. I'm not a huge fan of Morphe in general, but when I saw they had creamed blushes, I really wanted to try it out. It is a little bit more of a affordable option. That is the color. It's so vibrant. Oh, it's actually really pretty. So that is the color. A little orangey, like burnt brick type of shade. I actually really like that. This is Audacious Apricot. So yeah, I'm going to add these two. And the color that I have from my shop or my project pan, I wanted to swatch it really quick off camera so you can't see the progress I'm making. That's kind of the color. So I really wanted to find something similar to that that I can layer on top of it. And I think that Kylie one would be really good just because they're more in the same color family from anything else. But I do think I need to find one more thing that's really close to this. Actually, I think the perfect color tone for this is this Cloven Hallow liquid blush. This is getting really old. This used to be one of my favorite liquid blush formulas. It comes in this interesting bottle with like a what do they call it? A nail polish brush. I love this stuff. I think it's so good. I am going to add this in, and this will be kind of one that I can top either underneath or over top my Project Pan blush just to get a little bit more like use out of it. So yeah, this is the Hydro Tint from Cloven Hallow in the shade Naked. I think that's going to be everything that I choose from this Shop My Stash for blushes. I also thought the cheek slime probably would have been a good option, but I've used this more than I've used the one from Cloven Hallow recently. So I'm gonna be good with that. I was debating on adding another powder blush, but I just don't know. If I was debating on a powder blush, it was going to either be this one from No Maquillage or my really light one here. Day and Night, Me and You. Because it's just so light and pretty. And this is what my Cloven Hallow one looks like. Or not my Cloven Hallow, my Il Maquillage one. I think I'm going to use the Me and You one from Half Caked. I really like it. I'll add it. I'll add her in. That was a lot of blushes. I do not need to add any more blushes. I'm not going to touch anything else. I'm going to leave it the way it is. There. All right, for now, this is kind of how this drawer is going to look for a while. Don't mind all my like nail polish shit. Just move that to the back. It's so embarrassing. It looks like crap. Anyways, this is like the miscellaneous drawer because I don't know what to do with it yet. So you see, like, don't worry about this stuff. That's why I'm kind of hiding it. This side is all of my highlighters, and this side is all of my bronzers. This is overflowing. It looks really bad. I need to do something with this quick because this is out of hand. I do need to pick a bronzer. I wanted to do something light. This is like a repurchase. I know what I want to do. Okay, so for like a light coverage or a light skin tone option, I want to do the ColourPop Super Shock bronzer in the shade Get Sandy. It's one of their matte ones. So this is what it looks like. I love it. So I'm going to add this one. And I do want to do a powder, just so I can say I added a powder. I think I'm going to do two, actually, because I want to get some more thoughts around these two options. Let me put these back. So these both are from Makeup Revolution. They're definitely like more affordable options, but this one is like a baked bronzer, and it looks dark in the pan, but on your skin it looks almost like a highlighter in a way. It's just super shiny, so I don't know how I feel about it still. I'm going to add it just so I can use it a couple times and get like my thoughts on it. This is the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool. It really reminds me of this one from Marc Jacobs. And surprisingly, that color looks spot on. That is wild. So I'm going to test this out and see how good it is. Especially because that Marc Jacobs bronzer, you can't buy it anymore, which stinks. But yeah, I'm gonna test this out. It might be a little too deep for me, which kind of stinks because I have this really light one from Physicians Formula. It's the light bronzer, and I know this is a great color match for me right now. But I want to try this. I want to get some more thoughts on it, so I'm gonna add this powder bronzer from Makeup Revolution as well. Highlighters. Oh man, you guys. I don't even know anymore. This got overwhelmed too. This has so much shite in it. So I think I have like the direction I want to go. I think kind of want this pink highlighter from Dose of Colors. It's like a highlighter trio. So when you open it, on the top you have two different highlighters, and then underneath this is like a liquid creamy formula. The packaging kind of sucks, but I do like the formula. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit. And I think I wanna pick, ooh, I don't know what I wanna pick. I was gonna say maybe like Champagne Pop. That's Moonstone. I think this is Champagne Pop. We gonna do a Champagne Pop moment? I think we are. I'm gonna choose Champagne Pop. I think we're gonna do a Champagne Pop moment, so I'm gonna put this in as well. So then we got two really pretty highlighters here to choose from. Yeah, cool beans. All right, that is everything, guys. I don't think I'm gonna do stick lipsticks this round, just because I chose so many liquid lipsticks. If I do end up wanting like a stick one, I just put one on. They usually go everywhere with me, and they're up there on my desk in the vanity. So I'm not going to choose them. I'm going to cut it here, and that's all we're going to do. So stay tuned. I hope this video can go up sooner than later. And yeah, I think the next video you guys see is going to be, I'll declutter. I think my collection really needs it. It looks like it needs it. So I'm probably gonna end up decluttering a bunch of things. So stay tuned. I hope you'll stay for that as well, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.